Welcome to Cook and Bake with Samir during our second day in Anchorage and Seward, Alaska. We visited the Exit Glacier and Seward. Heading back down to Seward. Hopefully be able to walk on the glacier today or really close to one. Exit Glacier down in Seward. Enjoying the beautiful drive again. Early this morning. It's raining, but we are ready. We have rain gear, we have umbrellas, we should be okay unless it's very windy, but still, even if it is, we're covered. Alright. Beautiful water in here. On the way back, if we stop at Beluga lookout, if it's not raining, see if we see any Beluga whales. See you up there. So the drive between Anchorage and Seward is about 2.5 hour drive. It is beautiful scenery, as you could see, and really I should have booked this on the day we arrived. If you book it, if you wanted to go and have a guide like we did, it'll be about if you book it around 11:30 in the morning, it's plenty of time to go there, do whatever the whole walk, couple hour walk total between going there and back, and then afterwards you can have a really good lunch in Seward. As avalanche from these mountains, snow could fall and just get an avalanche that covers the road. They're huge, like railroad signs that come down to block the roads, so that things are, the road is blocking. This all ices up in the winter. Yeah. Plus you get avalanches from there. Because there are no trees on the mountains to stop any for the snow, so it just builds, and then any little movement in the earth or weather-wise, it just dumps the snow down. We're at the Exit Glacier in Seward, Alaska. The scenery is beautiful, whether you're looking at the glacier or you're looking at the mountains that are around you while you're walking and getting to the glacier.
Little dots on top. There's some folks there on the right-hand side. Do y'all see them?
I do.
Yeah, so that gives you some idea
small.
of how, very tiny.
They're tiny.
So it gives you an idea how far away that really is.
Wow.
Yeah, so Exit is still massive, but definitely less massive.
How did they get there?
There's an access trail, so they went partway up one of the other trails in the park, and then basically down access trail is our climbing access trail. Yeah, so they're probably climbing in the crevasses. So
I almost got to the one in Banff in Canada. I went to Lake Louise and then Lake Agnes, and if you go higher, you're in the glacier.
Whoa.
Yeah, my granddaughter went and walked on it, but
yeah,
so I've never done that. That's pretty cool.
it's
Do you
pretty
see where
awesome.
they are?
No.
Okay, so it's like straight wearing pointing, and it's
Yep,
about
to the right.
almost
Yeah.
down to the bottom of that glacier, or to the right. They look like two little black pebbles.
Oh,
I can try to point them out to you.
sure.
Do you see right right there.
Oh yeah.
Yep, those are people, which is really wild. And you'll also notice we see some cracks in the glacier, and inside of those cracks there's a much deeper blue color.
Yes.
That's because the ice is denser, and that in the crevasses where there's multi-year ice, there's less air bubbles, it's denser, so it's bluer. Whereas the surface of the glacier has first year snow and ice, which is called firn, and that first year snow has lots of air bubbles in it. It's sort of like if you have a beer and it has foam on top, and that foam is all white and the beer is an amber color. You know that the foam is actually the same color as the liquid. It just has more air in it.
Yeah.
So light doesn't.
Looks white.
Yeah, so it looks white. So there's denser. And those crevasses really form because of the flow of the glacier. So as the glacier is moving over really uneven terrain, really uneven bedrock, it's exerting a lot of pressure on the ice itself, and it cracks at the surface. And there's also a lot of lateral drag from the valley walls. So as I mentioned, there's not even flow. The center of the glacier is a lot faster than the sides of the glacier. So we're getting a lot of lateral drag there that is also causing cracks to emerge. Got lots of interesting features. So got crevasses, and there's also moulins that will form, which are basically deep pits that form from waterfalls flowing and collecting, and then that water spins and spins and spins until you form a giant hole. And then right down there, if y'all can see that little bit of ice, that was once the toe of the glacier, but it's since disconnected, and there's about 400 feet between that and the actual toe of the glacier now. So it's just a disconnected chunk waiting to fall and melt. But we're gonna hang out here.
So now I start to record, and so now it's doing it in a way where it's not just tracking whatever I follow, and nothing is moving in the arm itself. And if I move crazy, the thing will move too crazy. And then I can also zoom in from here. Oh, I see them. Look at the right there. Whoa. Like little ants up there. That tells you how big that thing is. The glacier is.
You can see people up there. You can see people up there.
On what?
If you wanted to walk on this glacier, you can do it on your own or via a guided tour as well. Probably better with a guided tour, but definitely you'll need to spend the full day to get to walk on the glacier there. As you can see as you're walking between the trees, looking beautiful skies, the mountains, you run into some bear claws that are etched on some fences, and here a moose where it was sharpening its antlers. I just kept it zoomed out on purpose so you could see. And as you're walking, you see some water like this flowing like a little river, and you would think, oh, is the water dirty? But it's not.
Poofy is a type of shell. It's very soft, and so just a little bit of friction can cause this really soft powder that's really gray. Do you see that?
Yeah.
And that gray powder is suspended in the water here, causing the color. This is Exit Glacier. Yep, and it'll eventually join up with the and that flows out in the direction.
And some of the sediments ends up being big rocks like this that roll down the river, end up being in different areas, and also go through the glacier and roll down until it stops somewhere along the way. And including the walk there and back, probably about a couple hours total we were on the guided tour.
Forest of this area, so anywhere that has that kind of forest, we know the glacier must have not been there for at least 200 years, because it takes quite a while to get to that stage of forest.
Oh, I see.
Lower down on the...
Here the tour guide was telling us how these trees form and become like they are.
Then right below that we have lots of deciduous trees. Those are primarily black cottonwood, those lighter colored trees. Those really love full sunlight, nice wet areas. Leaves are shaking really aggressively. Yeah.
It does look like Aspen. That's so cool.
It does. So the eventually some spruce and hemlock will begin to grow where we see all of those light colored deciduous trees, like this guy right here. As those grow up, they'll eventually shade out all of the cottonwoods, and the cottonwoods will begin to die, and the dark green forest will take over. Yeah, so we could tell a lot about where the glacier was last based on just the types of trees that are there. So yeah, far out into the valley in the mist, we see basically the entire valley floor is deciduous trees, whereas all the sides are filled with the mature forest, which is really cool. A very distinct tree line.
Snow melting water here. See how clear it is? Crystal clear, as they say. Beautiful sound over here. Really, the whole nature walk we've had on Exit Glacier has been wonderful, peaceful. Bring bug spray if it's not raining, a little warmer. You'll need it. So, very nice.
The glacier basically dragging other rocks against it. Yeah.
So
but
cool.
all of this rock, like I said before, is grey-wacky. It's a sedimentary shale that would have formed in the deep ocean long ago. And that deep ocean rock was uplifted, yeah. And this one forms all of the mountain peaks around here.
Oh, no reason. It's okay. Keep it. It's okay. It's just an umbrella. Umbrella's good. It's just part of the action. It's okay. She distracted me.
I always wanted to
I know. Yeah, you know, I can't turn it lower the other way. It doesn't want to. Here we go. Now it stays with us. Where'd you go? Oh, we're upside down. You want to turn for the mountains also? You can just turn, don't worry, I'm holding you, don't fall too much.
There you go. You're done.
Nice, we're done. Thank you for joining us, and don't forget to subscribe. Click that button so you can see what we've done and where we went on the second part of day 2 around the Anchorage area in Alaska. We had a lot of fun, beautiful mountains. We went up in the mountains in the Glen Alps area, so follow me and subscribe.